All right, everybody, it is time to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Miss Melissa. She is the owner and creator of Chasing Camilla, this fantastic brand that you see before your eyes. Talk about the perfect person to celebrate Hispanic heritage with us. Now, I love this brand, but first I want to hear about yourself. You are from the Valley, right?
Yes,
Awesome.
from the Valley. We're a migrant family, so we were always going to Michigan and the Rio Grande Valley.
Very cool. And so tell me about yourself.
My brand is the epitome of my childhood, and it started because of Sarape. It's an inspired Sarape Mommy and Me brand. And I always just remember I used to live in Monte Alto, Texas, which is another town in the valley. And my mom and my dad always had the Sarape blanket laying around, and I just love color since I was little. And fashion, because of my mom was always dressed up, and I just always liked the color, and I think that's what Mexico is. It's just beautiful.
So this is one of the biggest pieces,
yes,
the money maker.
Yes.
The Guayabera crop top. How did this come into your mind? How did you create this?
Well, it's such a historic, it has a lot of story and history, the Guayabera. It's also a very masculine item, you know. There's a lot of history, and so I just wanted to make it, my goal is to make fashion more attainable and a little bit more modern for women, where you can wear it every day and not just 16 de septiembre and stuff like that. So I wanted something you could wear to work, and I'm like, why don't we just crop it, you know? And at the time I had seen one of my tias in Mexico too. She was wearing a guayabera, traditional one, and I loved it. And so I just figured, let me just crop it a little for women and see. I had no idea it was going to turn out or get so popular.
Sure.
But people started asking for it, started selling out.
I love it. And then it's evolved into these other creative pieces that you have that are a little bit more intricate.
Yes, like this is also part of the Guayabera, and we went a little bit more feminine for this one.
So of course, Chasing Camilla, when I found out that is not your name, you're Melissa. Where did the name come from?
So the name came Camilla is light. You know, she was my baby. I think when I had Camilla, I went through postpartum depression, which a lot of us don't talk about. But she was the reason I would get up every morning, and so I went through that, and I never talked about it. And then the marriage didn't work out. So then I moved back to the Valley, and when you become a mom, your life changes. So it was, like I said, it was a now or never moment. And I thought I wanted it to embody us and my life, so it was Chasing Camilla, you know, because I'm always chasing her.
I love it.
All of that inspired Chasing Camilla.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story. And I know you don't want to have tears on TV, but you got me crying too. And I think that all moms can really, really relate to that. So that's a very special story. And the fact that she's an embodiment and a reflection of that in your work is just so beautiful, because she's going to grow up and she's going to know how hard you work for her. And she's going to do the same because you're leading by example.
Thank you, guys.
The thing I want to ask you is, if you had to narrow it down, what are your 3 favorite things about being an empowered Latina woman? Putting you on the spot.
I know, right? That I don't have to depend on anyone. Like, this is, you know, I managed to create this, and so I pulled myself out of a hole when I was down. I love being dressed up. I think that's also part of a Latina. I think the color,
the statement that you're making every day when you walk out of the house.
Yeah, I love that. And I also love family. You know, I feel like our heritage, being Latina, is just very family oriented. And so, you know, that's what I love.
And as a culture, we are family, and I think that many of us are really good about staying connected, staying united, and really having each other's backs, which is why we have to support independent businesses like Chasing Camilla. So we are so proud of you. We want to thank you so much for making the trip and celebrating these colors and all this creativity with us. It's really beautiful. Congratulations to you. And if and when you can, get yourself a cool Guayabera crop top or any of these original pieces with Chasing Camilla.
Hi, guys.